Hi everyone, I'm Whitney. I am an independent consultant with Arbonne and also a personal trainer. So I'm here to take you through day 5 today, which is a lower body circuit as part of our new Gut Love program. So our warm-up is just 3 rounds of the following exercises, and we're just doing 2 reps of each movement. Our first movement is an air squat. So take your feet just outside your hips, turn your toes slightly out, brace your tummy, and we're going to be sending our hips back and down for 2 counts. So we squat back and up and back and up. If you can hear my creaky knees, don't worry about it, they've done it for a very long time. Side on, tummy tight, knees out, eyes up, sink back and down. Now you want to try and focus on getting your hip crease below your knees if you are mobile enough to do so. If you cannot get that low because of flexibility reasons, then stay higher in your squat. Most important is that tummy is tight, our spine is supported, we sit our butt back and down, and then we straighten all the way up at the top of the movement. Alternating lunge. Feet underneath our hips, we're going to be stepping 1 foot forward, big step forward, dropping down, and then the other side. Side on, feet underneath hips, big step forward. So knee is stacked over the ankle joint. If we don't step far enough forward, we end up lunging over the front of the ankle and puts way too much pressure through the front of your knee. So big step forward. Big step forward, drop down the middle of your lunge, pressing back, doing the same on the other side. Then we've got 2 of our inchworms, which we have done before. Feet hip distance, walking hands out. And enjoy the stretch at the top there. Trying to get everything moving. And then we've got 2 slow mountain climbers. So in our plank position, foot to the outside of the hand. And that's your warm-up, which is that three times through. 2 air squat, 2 alternating lunge, 2 inchworm, 2 slow mountain climbers. The workout then is 4 rounds. We have 10 glute bridge, 10 air squat, 20 traveling lunge, and 10 burpee broad jump, and then we rest for 60 seconds. So our glute bridge doesn't need to have any weight added to it. If you've got a 10-kilo bag of rice in the pantry and you want to add that to your glute bridge, then feel free to do so. I do have a dumbbell, so I'll show you what it looks like with a dumbbell as well. Feet just outside hips, weighted or no weight, heels in nice and close, press your hips up as high as you can. And then lower your hips back down. All the way up, all the way back down, no weight. Just there. So really squeeze your glutes at the top there to make sure they're firing up and that they are what is then lifting your hips in that movement today. Air squat we did in our warm-up. Hip distance, toes slightly turned out, hips back and down. I like to use my arms for balance when I'm doing an air squat. Make sure your knees track out over your toes. 20 traveling lunges. So we broke our lunge down also in the warm-up, but this is a traveling lunge. So if I'm coming across the frame there, stepping forward and traveling around the yard. You can obviously do those on the spot. If you find your lunges a little bit painful on your knees, the best option is to do a back lunge. So that would be to stand still on the spot and take your foot backwards instead of trying to reach forwards with your lunge. That can help for knee pain whilst you're lunging. Also, ideally, you want your kneecap to gently kiss the ground each time. That's a full range of a lunge movement. So if you haven't trained much before, if you're quite new to getting back into exercise, just don't go as low. Reduce the range that you're moving today. And then we've got a burpee broad jump. So this one's a bit of fun. So our burpee, chest to floor, then we're coming up onto our feet and jumping forward. So burpee, broad jump. Burpee, broad jump. You can move around your house or around your garden like that. If you don't have much space, burpee, broad jump, forward, turn around and go back the other way. If you want an option, our option today would be to walk our burpee. So we just, there's no jumping. You're just literally getting your body flat to the ground and then getting back up. So burpee is an awesome movement because it makes our heart work really hard to pump the blood around our body whilst we're going from vertical to horizontal. It's also great because it's full body workout, all the muscles are having a bit of a crack, but it's also good for mobility. So later in life, we want to be able to get up and down easily. We want to play with grandkids or children. We want to get in and out of bed. You know, if we accidentally trip over, we want to be able to get back up. So I absolutely love a burpee. But it doesn't have to be scary, and it doesn't have to be too difficult if you haven't been training much. So just cut it back, make it a walking burpee today, and still get the benefit from the movement. And then we're resting 60 seconds, and that workout is 4 rounds through of those particular movements. And then cool down and stretch. So our stretches today is our hamstring stretch, which we've done before. I might show you a seated version. So this is what our seated hamstring stretch looks like. Then gently, so typically around the waist, keeping that spine nice and straight. You can also use a sock or a tie or something if you can't quite reach your foot. Our glute stretch we'll do lying down as well. Cross one foot over, reaching through the gap. Our calf stretch. Is there. What else are we stretching? Our hip flexors. So that's where we come down into a lunge position. Tilt your pelvis under and then press through the front of that leg. To increase the stretch, take the arm up on the leg that is back. And that's your lower body circuit workout. If you've got any questions, reach out. I'd love to help.